All right, and we are underway for the women's race here. Should be a spectacular morning for championship racing. Big things are on the line here for the women's NCAA South region here, Birth to Nationals. Several of these women here today have run this course several times. The University of North Alabama hosts a meet every year. So several of these ladies are very familiar with this course, should know just where to make their moves. Early on right now, it looks like Alabama is in strong position up front. We are
Ryan Helmers, also of Ole Miss, just outside of Mercy's right shoulder.
right now, everyone is packed in really tight here as we're approaching the first sweeping right-hand turn. And you can really feel the wind right now on this section of the course. It's a slight wind kind of out of the northeast right now, so it'll be interesting to see if any of these ladies decide to make a move on their own and when they make that move. Right now we're on the 2% down turn here, first turn. We will get you splits coming up on the 1 kilometer mark here in just a few moments. This race is really bunched up, Will. No one's really making a move right now, so it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do and when they decide to do it.
Absolutely. It does look like Alabama has 3 in the top 10. Looks like there's several Florida State ladies on the inside line. As we come up to the K here, we're looking at 3:08, 3:09. So about 5:04 pace through the first kilometer. Like we said earlier in the pre-show, this is a very fast first mile, and the second mile will be a net incline throughout, so it will be a little bit slower. Valby's still in control. Looks like Amaris, she was a high school phenom here from the state of Alabama, down in the Montgomery area. She's on her outside in the Alabama kit.
Looks like Ole Miss has several competitors in that top 10 to 15 range. I can see 3 right now, maybe 4, all in the top 20, so they're in a very good early position as well. I see another Florida competitor as well. So anybody's team race right now does look like Alabama has a slight advantage early on. We are coming up on the mile mark here in just a few moments. We will be sure to capture that for you and relay that information.
Still Valby up front. That looks like Emmy Vandenberg from Florida State to her outside, along with teammate Allison Churchill. Come through the mile split here.
Looks like about 5:13 or so for the mile right here. So
fast, but not crazy. After we saw what Valby did at SECs, where she went through 5K in around 15:24 and was running sub-5s throughout, looks like they've gotten out pretty conservative, for at least for the top ladies. Sean, it looks like there's actually a slight gap opening up between Valby and that chase pack, about 5 meters.
Yeah, that is the case right now. Looks like Valby is maybe starting to push the pace up just ever so slightly. This second mile is not a bad position to do that on. It is a net uphill mile, so if you're strong here, you can really start create some separation on your competitors in this second mile. The first mile, of course, is blazing fast, net downhill, so it'll be interesting to see. There's definitely about a 5 meter gap opening up right now.
Looks like the Lipscomb ladies got off to a really good start. They've got 3 or 4 in that top 20 in the yellow kits. They're one of those top 5 teams that we talked about coming into today's race.
It looks like, it's too early to tell, but it looks like Alabama might just be playing the safe game right now on the team side, just kind of controlling the pace up front, going to let their team numbers, their strength, just dictate the pace up front. But it is all Parker Valby right now, just going to go ahead, it looks like, and show her dominance on the individual level.
Yep, this lead for Valby has opened up to about 20 meters now.
So we've got a slight flat section here before we have a little incline coming up on this sweeping right turn. You can really see a lot of fans coming out this morning to support these runners here. Huntsville's a great running community, really supports this sport. Great to see it. And of course, there's also a lot of competitors, fans and friends from all these schools here cheering these runners on. This is a great shot here. As we come up this hill, you can really kind of get a perspective of the depth of the field here and get an idea of the lead that Parker is taking here.
Coming up to the 2,400 meter mark here. We're about 8:04 on the clock. In the team battle, Alabama has their top 4 in that main pack. Looks like I can see 3 Florida State ladies up there as well.
Looks like Parker just got a little instruction from her coach. Not sure exactly what the exchange was there, but she definitely made a, eye contact with Coach. It might have been a, hey, let's just relax. Bigger things to come in a couple weeks. Not really sure if we get an opportunity to ask her. There's a big smile from her, so she's obviously feeling very good right now.
She's on cruise control. I think it's Valby's world. We're just living in it.
Little bumpy section of the course. We apologize for the unsteady camera. For the most part, though, this course is very smooth. So here's a great shot. You can really see the gap here that's opened up here from Parker to the field, and that's even with her kind of dialing back a little bit. It is still 3 Alabama competitors there. Mercy kind of leading the charge there for her team, but that group there has 20 to 25 ladies in it, so it'll be interesting to see when the move is made amongst that pack. If they decide to try to close the gap to Parker at all, or if they're just going to play conservative to the back half of this race.
We're swinging back through the original start line here. Off of Valby's shoulder, we've got her teammate in the Gator kit next to the Alabama ladies. That's Jordan Shapiro. She's had a fantastic season this year.
Yeah, so those for watching at home, this was the smaller first loop of the 6K, and now they are essentially going to complete a larger loop that will cover more of the course. That's where we'll have a more significant hill. Contrary to popular belief, there is actually a hill here at John Hunt Park. This course is absolutely amazing for fan support. You can see the number of fans that can just easily get from point to point to cheer on these competitors. It's great for the runners, it's great for the sport. Really seen a surge in the last few years in the popularity of cross country, and I think it's because of dedicated venues like John Hunt Park here that has helped build that momentum.
That chase pack looks like it's starting to break up just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell because the course here is so wide, especially in this section. So it's, you know, we're a little unsure if they're starting to break up or if it's just a matter of they're giving themselves a little bit more space in this section of the course. But we'll be able to tell here as we start to run more of these tangents here, and we're able to tell exactly what these competitors are doing.
The Gators are running 1-2 right now, coached by previous American record holder Chris Zielinski. Became the first American under 27 minutes in the 10K several years back. He's got his ladies running really well right now.
Parker's doing a lot of looking around, kind of checking the course. I'm sure she knows this course very well. I'm sure they were up a couple days early to kind of get an idea, run the course. I believe this is her first time in Huntsville. Well, excuse me, she ran regionals here last year. But she is running really strong right now. It is all Parker Valby in this 6K right now. The Alabama women look like they are taking charge here. It looks like they've got at least 4 competitors in the top 15. So right now, Alabama definitely has the team lead in this competition.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, it looks like it's going to probably come down to Alabama and Florida State for the ladies for the 1-2 auto qualifiers to NCAAs. Be curious to see. The Lipscomb ladies are also running well in the yellow kits, as is Ole Miss.
Slight incline here as we make this turn on the 6K course. And we're going to have a little flat section before we have a little downhill portion coming up on some splits. We will try to get you the team competition splits there as best possible. But Parker continues to open up her lead right now.
All right, we're coming through. We've got 1,800 meters to go, or excuse me, yes, 1,800 meters to go.
13:56 or so on the clock right now.
She's opened this lead up to about 40 meters. We've got, this is one of the big downhill sections here before we hit the hill, which will signify 1,300 meters to go in the 2022 NCAA D1 South Regional Championship.
All right, we are just at the bottom of here of our final climb for the day, and you can really see it looks like Parker is starting to push the pace just a little bit. She's opening up, I think, and she's really opened the gap to second place here for sure. And that is all Alabama there in second, third, and fourth, with the Florida State competitor sitting in 5th place there.
This is about a 180-meter hill here. She's really beginning to pour it on.
right, right now we are at the top of the hill, so we are about 1,000 meters or so from the finish, and it is a blazing fast finish here at John Hunt Park. It'll be interesting to see how much she pushes the pace, how relaxed she stays. 15:37 on the clock right now. All right, so right now through 4.2K, looked like it was Parker Valby. Sorry, I'm trying to get you some of these splits here as we're going. So through the 4.2K mark, it was Alabama leading over Florida State with Ole Miss and Lipscomb in third and fourth. So very tight race here for third and fourth right now. First and second seem to be in pretty good control. Alabama with 41 points at the 4.2K mark. Florida State with 87. Ole Miss with 112 and Lipscomb with 121. Florida is just outside of that at 139. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in this last 1.8K or so from those splits. 17 minutes on the clock right now for Parker Valby, and she is putting on an absolute clinic here at John Hunt Park.
That lead is extended to probably close to 80 meters now. Let's not forget, Mercy Chlenga was the NCAA champion.
Now, I will say it does look like Alabama is just doing the team thing there in second through fourth place, which is paying off, I think, for them right now. And they do have another competitor in sixth place, it looks like. So, again, they were sitting at 41 points there through
We're 600 meters away from the finish. We've got a gradual downhill here before the final turn.
All right, here we are just on about 250 meters to go for Parker Valby here at the South Region Division I Cross Country Championships, and it has been all Parker Valby from the start. 18:29 on the clock right now with .1 to go. And we apologize, we're not going to be able to go through the finish chute here to capture this, but we are going to try to capture it as best as possible here. .1853 on the clock.
Looks like Parker Valby taking the individual title in 1917. That looks like Alabama's 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're going to punch their ticket. Florida State's number 1 is in, followed by Lipscomb's number 1. Looks like Samantha Rogers from Auburn. And
And there's Alabama's 5th.
Alabama's 5th is in right now, so Florida State has 3 competitors in. Florida has 2. Lipscomb has, all right, we've just got an update. Florida State with 3 in, Georgia Tech with 3 in, Ole Miss with 3 in. So that battle for second is still wide open right now. Florida State with their 4th in. All right, Florida State has all 5 runners in now.
All right, it's official. Lipscomb finishes 3rd with 58 points. Alabama wins with 20. Florida State 2nd overall with 43. Ole Miss is going to finish 4th with 70 points.
Wow, what a team run by Alabama there. 22 points in, what is a very competitive region here in the South region for the women.
Absolutely, Sean. For those that are new to the sport, the perfect score in cross country is 15 points. Similar to golf, you take the finishing place of your top 5 runners and the lowest score wins. Top 5 runners score, so they 23 out of a best possible of 15 points is an absolute clinic. Looks like Tennessee is going to finish 5th in the women's team standings with 92 points. Followed by Georgia Tech with 108 points. Still waiting for the Florida Gators, as they have 4 in already. Actually, it looks like Florida's 5th had snuck in before, and Florida's going to finish 5th. Tennessee 6th, Georgia Tech 7th.
What a great run for all these ladies today. What's actually turned out to be pretty decent weather. The rain's held off so far. The wind did probably have some impact on these competitors, especially if they got strung out a little bit. But overall, a great morning for the women's 6K race here.